Hey guys, welcome back to another Rome Total War 2 multiplayer battle. You know me, I like to balance things out. So, without further ado, let's look at the armies, shall we? Now you see my opponent over here. Yeah, I know, I'm just jumping straight into it. Has 4x. 4x. Never did like those guys. To be honest, they do make good flanking troops, but personally, I'm more of that cavalry type of guy for my flank troops. Mercian Syrian Archers, most annoying archers you'll ever meet. Their heavy armor is good, yes, and in an archer fight they're bound to win, just due to attrition. Like if you compare them to my Persian archers, you'll see that the armor value is significantly bigger. They're not as armored as legionaries, mind you, but trust me, they can still do the damage more. 4x. And finally, his cavalry contingent. So I'm playing a solution. This combination between Greek and, well, cavalry. And he basically has 3 units of these Hellenic cataphracts. Well, let's just play it very slowly. And these guys, oh yeah, they hit like a ton of bricks, and trust me, they look intimidating. But there's a problem. They look intimidating. See that charge bonus? That only happens when you are on the charge. This weapon damage, that also helps. And their melee defense. Yeah. Against a high tier melee unit, or multiple lesser units are gonna die. Then we have Bactrian Horsemen. Mind you, Horsemen are my thing. Trust me, I had another battle, but sadly enough I didn't save that due to some bizarre weird reason, where I slaughtered a horse archer army. Anyway, then we have the Bactrian Royal. And I mean, like, if we look here, yeah. Not really much of a difference, to be honest. Now, the rest of my opponent's army should be revealed, but we'll look. There's the Syrian Archers. So let's look at my cavalry contingent in the meantime. Wait. There we go. There's the glimpses. So he's running up to meet me. We're both going for the middle. For some reason, very slight hill. I mean, like, it's not going to contribute much, but everything in this game counts. You know, it's ridiculous. Let's put it in normal time. Here we go. Now we got the Bactrian Royal Guard. These guys are good damn hoplites. Don't get me wrong. They ain't for show. Those 6-packs, they ain't for show. But that horses. Yeah. You could say they're busy bees. Oh wait, damn it, I found the guy. Up there he is. So basically, along the line of these guys, we were playing quite high points, mind you. And then we have 4x pikemen. Now the interesting thing, 4x pikemen aren't well armored. Well, they are, for pikemen. But let's be honest here. You're going to take arrow shots to the face. You want to have the Royal Guard's shield and armor, because that's a hop-on shield. You could hide under that. You struggle to hide under that, mind you. So his strategy was obviously to face me on a head-to-head battle. Use the Bactrians to hold my ranks, and the 4x to push through. Syrians to soften up, then 4x swordsmen and cav flank and destroy. However, my army was also very expensive, mind you, but they're pretty awesome. On the second rank, I have Royal Peltasts. Now, many of you who play Macedon or Macedonia or against them know that these guys are the most annoying skirmisher units, due to their ability to throw javelins. You'll see that I abuse this fact momentarily. Then the Silver Shield Pikemen. The best units for the best pikemen available to Seleucid Empire. Mind you, these guys got good damn armor. Then Hellenic cataphracts. Yeah, they're basically they're basically the same, really, just a different skin. Then my Persian light archers. I was planning to buy the elite, but I thought it would be safer to buy peltasts. Well, never mind. These guys, yeah, they're good, but you see their armor ain't terribly good. And in a straight-on fight, they'll probably lose. Mind you, They got the exact same ammunition. Their weapon damage is 24 in comparison to the Syrians, so they're exactly the same. Now you're wondering, King, why are you running up the peltasts? Well, want to scare skirmishers. You gotta do that. You can't afford him to fire with this many archers, because if your opponent outnumbers you, you need to figure out a way. So am I throwing away the peltasts? Yeah, then you ask yourself, but you had hillmen. The reason why? These guys come in handy. They're good damn meat shields. So you see over here my cavalry. Now, pretty much the same on both sides. I like to keep my cavalry force symmetrical. For reasons. These are Hellenic horsemen. Yeah, not very good. These are my knights. Azat knights. Best melee cav you can get. Trust me. I'll teach you a trick in this. How you can beat Lance cav every time with them. And they don't need to charge. And Tarantine cav. Skirmishers. So you see, because his force is more heavier, and due to the fact that the Hellenic cataphracts can beat either of my wings head on, is intimidating. And I'm thinking, well, how am I going to do this? I gotta play it smart. I have to figure out a way. So I start running up with my peltasts and skirmishers and hillmen, and engage him directly. Force him to bring the fight to me. Because, by God, these javelin guys, the peltasts here, they're gonna cause havoc. As you can see, it's a very slow havoc, but they've at least killed 2 guys. And now the Hellenic cavalry is coming up. Now because the Hellenic cavalry ain't pointed in the direction of the hillmen, these javelins are gonna do some effectiveness. But the problem is that because there's more cavalry on this side than there is on this side, the hillmen will just head straight down the middle. Mind you, they did kill 2. Now the idea of the hillmen aren't meant to be an actual assault unit. Before you ask, they're just there to slow down the cavalry. Yeah, back into Rio. No. So basically, the hillmen are still pursuing. You see that you don't want to get these guys tied down. Then we have another group of Hellenic cavalry, and they changed direction. Now this is what I wanted, but at the same time I dreaded it, because I let my peltasts fire at will, and you see their javelins are just tearing into the ranks. Like the hillmen, and the damn accuracy of them, including the silver shield in advance and support, causes a good chunk of his cavalry to die. As you can see, that force is a whole lot less intimidating. However, now we have the problem with these Syrian archers. It is too bad that we do not have hillmen, who ignore armor due to their axes. The only reason why I brought hillmen along was in case they had a cheap unit, like these guys, that I could overwhelm and hit in the rear with, because hillmen are actually quite deadly in the rear, if you get what I mean. Anyway, you see, my forces are uniting whilst he's busy on the front. I'm not the best at micromanagement, but I can still do my trick. But I can still do wonders. So yeah, my archers are getting just beaten. This is what I feared. But you see, as Bactrians are forced to chase my guys around, which is a good thing, because then he gets scared, right? And he's concentrating so much on the front that he's completely ignoring the Tarantine attack in the rear. He doesn't really notice that I'm aiming for his general. See? It's when the first shots are fired. We didn't kill anyone, mind you. But the whole idea of this attack was just to lure in these heavy cataphracts. Now cataphracts on a charge are pretty dangerous, so I split up my force in 2. Now, watch very carefully what I'm about to do next. The Azerbaijan Knights charge in first, whilst the Tarantine let them run away. I picked this up from Mongolians. Pretty cool. So the Azerbaijan engaged the cataphracts side on, avoiding the lance entirely in most cases. Most cases, mind you. And once they drop their lances, look at that, they don't have a shield, but my guys do. Apart from that instance, so it's still going to be a hard fight. I mean, like, these are cataphracts. They ain't exactly pushovers. But look at this. Now, his cavalry force has been left unguarded. There's too many range against melee. Sure, they can run away and bring up spearmen and support, but they're leaving their front wide open. And I just use this to my advantage and bring up guys. Like you can see the 4-axe pikemen here, standing ready to get their damn pikes out. Trust me, if that happened, this would have been a whole lot scarier. So yeah, skirmisher wars rage out. I kind of forgot he had Bactrian Royal Guard mixed in here, but the general was just too much of a tempting target. So yeah, over here, I rammed the unit of Hellenic cataphracts from the other side, split up its force. Yeah, it ain't pretty. Like, they're trying to survive, mind you, and I don't know how the hell they can tell the difference. I mean, like, the color schemes are so close to one another, ain't they? Aren't they? But you see that the Hellenic cataphracts in the initial charge have been defeated. And now I'm sending Tarentines after these guys. Normally, I wouldn't do such a thing, but considering my guys have javelins, they can kill a lot. I didn't have horse archers available, trust me. So I just keep hitting him, pecking at his ranks. And now this is where the fun begins, because now I commit my Royal Peltas. He didn't bring up his spears in time, as you can see, and now his 4-axe are paying the price. Like, these are Royal Peltas. These guys are trained to fight with swords. Your guys are trained to fight in a formation. Over here, yeah, they do well. Like, they do have 4-axe swordsmen in support, and the Royal Peltas will struggle. However, this is all part of my plan. Look, I haven't even committed my pikes. Now, why did I not commit my pikes? Pikes are slow, but they are also more deadly on the attack. And keeping them in reserve means I can handle threats like this. Sure, they ain't exactly a mobile force, but they still do the job. And you see my Tarentines are just ripping apart his Bactrian horse cavalrymen, both in melee and in close quarters. You see that this quickly changes because he got the charge on me over there, but ayo. Anyway, I'm wondering, like, that shouldn't be happening. Why am I losing? Then I realize, wait. 113 Royal Guard were in here. Yeah. You don't want to mess with spearmen when you're on a horse. Over here, he pursues my Peltas off. And now these 4-axe have to make the painfully long journey back. But you can see that the battle between Royal Peltas and Bactrian is pretty close. Like, the Bactrians do have the advantage in armor, but the Peltas are just more aggressive and can hold rank and damage them. Over here, the pike formations are really starting to show. Like, yes, the Bactrians are doing well, but in the center, because now the pikes have been committed along with the Royal Peltas closing in, it ain't pretty. Like, you take a step back, you're gonna get hit by a pike. Pike's gonna weaken you. Then the Royal Peltas steps up and starts chopping him. Then if he dies, pike again, so on and so on. Tarentine cavalry engages the enemy general. Once the rest of my forces get away, hopefully he concentrates on it, but nah, he didn't. We still have this mass of Syrians who ran out of arrows. They could have been committed to the battle earlier. You see my Royal Peltas get slaughtered due to the arrival of the 4-axe, but the 4-axe immediately run into my pikes. And look at this. You beat these guys. You managed to pull back these guys. These guys got pushed back behind the Royal Bactrians, and yeah. But over here, my tactic worked better. And, well, now I'm winning. And now he has this large force of Hellenic cataphracts to deal with. Mind you, you don't want to mess with these guys. Like my theory goes, if you have a cape, you don't want to mess with him. Batman has a cape. Does anyone mess with Batman? Well, the Joker, but he's a Joker. He's the only man brave enough to challenge a guy in a cape. So anyway, back over to the battle. You see, the fighting's still going pretty fierce. There's many pokes and there's many prods. And there's one guy trying to use a sword, but that ain't gonna work. But you see everywhere else, the battle is just deteriorating rapidly in the favor of the Seleucids. I have split up his forces. Yeah, see, I told you. he got the charge on me. I rapidly gained the advantage, able to use what remaining forces I had to get a costly victory because he rage quitted. He knew at this point, like, yeah, I'm done. To be honest, it would have not been a costly victory. Because if we look at the results here, he actually deployed more men. He still had this unit, these guys, this guy, and this guy. But where did his cavalry go? To be fair enough, my strategy wasn't exactly clean, but it got the job done. Mind you, there was a lot of friendly fire from my guys. So yeah, he retreated from the field because he was losing and didn't have the honor to stick around and see it through and allow me to kill every single unit. Like, I would have killed so much more. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned how to beat Hellenic cataphracts. If you do play this game, if you do not play this game and are just viewing for the sake of it, then I hope you enjoyed me commenting and ranting on throughout this entire battle. Damn, those hillmen were not cost effective. See you later.